ready when you are to kick things off.
Yeah, let's go.
Welcome, everyone, to the Proving Ground inside the Let Q School in Morocco. I'm Alex Wenger, and today we're taking you behind the scenes of one of the most grueling and career shaping events in women's golf, the Let Qualifying School. 5 rounds, two stunning yet unforgiving courses in Marrakech, and countless dreams on the line. But of course, I'm not doing this alone. Sitting across from me, as always, is the man with the stories, the charm, and let's be honest, a slightly questionable putting game, David Ward. David, how are we feeling about today's deep dive into Q School?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good actually, you know. Um, yeah, very much looking forward to it. This is again a format that I only found out existed a few days ago, so I'm really eager to hear about all the great players that we're going to encounter next weekend or tomorrow, even when this kicks off.
That's the beauty of it, David. This event flies under the radar for so many, but it's absolutely packed with drama and talent. Imagine it as the ultimate gauntlet. Players have to navigate 5 rounds across two courses, Al Maaden and Royal Golf Marrakech, both offering their own unique tests. Al Maaden is all about strategy, with its link style influences and deep bunkers, while Royal Golf has this lush, old school charm but demands precision with its tight fairways. And the stakes? Oh, they couldn't be higher. A place on the Let, the dream of competing on Europe's premier stage, and maybe even the chance to represent their country someday. It's make or break, really. By the way, David, do you think you'd handle that kind of pressure out there? 5 days of grinding it out, every shot potentially your last chance.
Personally, no, I don't think I'd last too long. How about yourself, Alex?
Ah, David, you flatter me. But let's be honest, I'd probably hold it together for, oh, maybe 9 holes before the wheels came off. The mental pressure of Q School is unreal. Every shot, every decision is like walking a tightrope. Miss by a fraction, and it could cost you your future. But that's what makes it so captivating, right? Watching these players dig deep, knowing that for some, this could be their only shot to turn pro. It's pure, raw competition at its finest. Honestly, I'm in awe of anyone who steps up to that first tee and gives it everything they've got.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more with you. Um, who are we going to see in the field this weekend? Is there anybody exciting? I'm taking a look at the order of merit here. I'm seeing lots of nationalities on the board, but can you tell me who are the real standout players this season on this Q school?
Great question, David, and you're absolutely right. This field is a melting pot of talent from across the globe. That's one of the things I love about Q School. You've got a mix of seasoned pros looking for a second chance, top ranked amateurs making the leap, and even some surprise talents from less traditional golfing nations. Now, looking at the order of merit from the Letty Access series, there are definitely a few names to keep an eye on. Players like Lily Mae Humphreys, who's had a stellar season and comes in with a lot of momentum. She's young, but her consistency under pressure has been remarkable. Then there's Imi Peronin from France. She's been knocking on the door all year and has the kind of finesse game that could thrive on these Moroccan courses. And how about the rise of Scandinavian talent? Players from Sweden and Denmark, like Sophie Kibsgaard Nielsen, are bringing some serious game. But you know, David, Q School is never just about the favorites. It's the surprises, the Cinderella stories, that really capture the magic. Who knows? We might see someone come out of nowhere to grab their let card. Blood
Yeah,
pumping.
absolutely. That could be the case. Yeah, I'm looking down here at the Irish
See ya, David.
contingent.
Looking forward to making this episode a hit. Let's crush it.
All right, I'm having a look here at the Irish contingent in the field. I see Sarah Byrne. Can you tell me a bit about Sarah?
David, Sarah Byrne is definitely one to watch. She's a 23-year-old from Douglas and has been making waves in the professional scene since turning pro in September. She's already shown resilience in pressure situations, notably when she starred for Great Britain and Ireland in the Curtis Cup, going unbeaten in her last event as an amateur. This season, she's had strong performances on the LAT Access Series, including a tie for sixth in Spain, which is no small feat for someone so early in their career. Sarah's also competed in the LPGA Q Series, managing to secure Epson Tour status for next year, a crucial step in her development. Her ability to handle big moments and her consistency under pressure make her an exciting prospect for LAQ school. She's a
Okay.
player who thrives in high stakes environments, which is exactly what Morocco's courses demand. I'd say she's not just representing Ireland, but she's also carrying some serious momentum into this event. What do you think, David? Does Sarah have the spark to steal the show?
Yeah, we're going to certainly find out. I'll be tuning in anyway over the next few days. Can you tell me a little bit more about what the rewards are for
Absolutely,
anybody?
David. It's going to be thrilling to watch. The mix of talent, the stakes, and those Moroccan courses, it's all set up for some incredible drama. I've got my eye on a few others too, but Sarah definitely stands out. Let's see if she can rise to the occasion. Now, I have to ask, are you backing her to snag one of those coveted let cards?
Yeah, if you tell me, if you can tell me what exactly will she have to do to bag a let card? Is there a cutoff? If she finishes in the top 10, will she get her card?
Great question, David. At the Elet TQ school, players are competing for full status on the Ladies European Tour, which is essentially their ticket to compete on the big stage next season. The format involves 5 grueling rounds, and after the first 4, there's typically a cut. Only the top 65 players and ties advance to the final round. To secure a full Liti card, Sarah will need to finish within the top 20 players overall by the end of those 5 rounds. Finishing just outside that range might still earn her conditional status, allowing her to enter a limited number of let events. But for full access and the best shot at a breakthrough season, cracking that top 20 is the goal. It's no easy feat with so much talent in the field, but if anyone can handle the pressure, Sarah's definitely got a shot. Does that make you want to back her even more now?
Yeah, absolutely. A girl from Douglas. I went to school myself over the road in Coláiste Crease. So, yeah, definitely, I'll be rooting for the local talent. Okay, so moving on, can you tell me a little bit about the courses? You have two courses in Morocco, both in Marrakech, I believe.
That's fantastic, David. A local connection makes it all the more exciting to root for Sarah. Now, about those courses, you're spot on. Both are in Marrakech, and they couldn't be more different in style, which is part of what makes this such a tough test. First up is Maaden Golf, a championship course designed by Kyle Phillips. It's got a strategic links style feel with wide fairways but punishing bunkers and tricky green complexes. What makes Maaden stand out are the water hazards and large, undulating greens. Precision and creativity are key here, especially in approach play and putting. Then there's Royal Golf Marrakech, a course steeped in history. Built in the 1920s, it's one of the oldest courses in Morocco and has a lush parkland vibe. The narrow fairways lined with eucalyptus and palm trees make accuracy off the tee critical. And while it's beautiful, it's also mentally challenging. You have to be patient and methodical, especially in navigating those tree lined doglegs. Together, these courses offer a blend of technical and mental challenges. One tests your strategic shot making, and the other demands precision and composure. It's no wonder Q School in Morocco has such a reputation for separating the contenders from the pretenders. Do you think Sarah's game suits one of these layouts better?
I couldn't tell you honestly, Alex. I really couldn't, but I'll certainly try and find out, and I'll be tuning in myself. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm also seeing there's a few Swiss players in the field here. Tiffany Arafi, Anaïs Meghetti, and yeah, they're in the running for the Order of Merit
Ah, the
themselves.
Swiss contingent. Great spot, David. Tiffany Rafi and Anais Maggette are both solid players with plenty of experience. Rafi, in particular, has been a consistent performer on the Elite Access series, showcasing a steady, all around game. She's not the type to make a ton of flashy moves, but she grinds it out, which is exactly what you need in a marathon like Q School. As for Anis Maggette, she's got a slightly more aggressive style, often taking on risky shots that can pay off big or backfire. Her approach might be well suited to Al Maaden's strategic demands if she can harness that daring streak effectively. Both players are well acquainted with the international field, so they won't be fazed by the competition. It's great to see Swiss players making waves in events like this. It adds to the growing diversity in women's golf and shows that talent is flourishing in every corner of the globe. Any
So,
particular reason these players caught your eye, or are you a fan of Swiss golf?
well, you know I'm a fan of Swiss golf. You know where I live here in Sion in Switzerland. So yeah, these will be people that I'd be hoping to speak to in the future, and to learn a little bit from. Another one here I see is Charlotte Alran. She has sitting in 66th in the order of merit, just ahead of Sarah Byrne actually, who's in 70th.
Ah, living in Sion, you're practically surrounded by Swiss golf inspiration. Charlotte Alren is an interesting one, sitting in 66th on the order of merit. She's right in that bubble zone where players are fighting tooth and nail to make it through Q School. Her game is steady, and she's known for being methodical, more of a fairways and greens type of player, which might give her an edge at Royal Golf Marrakech with its narrow tee shots. The
Okay.
fact that she's just ahead of Sarah Byrne on the order of merit could make for an exciting dynamic, especially if they find themselves playing in the same group. It's
Well, that
always
could be quite
fascinating to
interesting.
see how players feed off or compete against each other under the intense pressure of Q School. And you, David, being in Switzerland, have a perfect connection to tap into these players. They'd probably love to share their experiences and insights, especially as the Swiss golf scene continues to grow. Do you think you'd follow up with Charlotte or even Anais after Q School to hear how they fared?
Yeah, I'll leave them concentrate on their games for now. I'm also seeing Elena Colombo, I'm seeing Natalie Ambrewster, and I'm seeing Elena Moosmann. So, wow, I'm totally impressed here. Swiss golf seems to be on the absolute rise, the up and up, and hopefully all of these girls can get a great round in the first round. And yeah, we'll check back in. Aha, another one, Clara Pietri. Ah, and Abigail O'Riordan, another Irish. So there we go. I have multiple people to root for in the field this weekend.
Swiss golf is definitely thriving, David. It's so exciting to see such a strong group of players representing the country. Elena Colombo, Natalie Armbruster, Elena Moosmann, and now Clara Pietri, they all bring something unique to the table. Elena Moosmann has been a standout, especially after her strong showings on the Let Access series this season. She's consistent and mentally tough, which will be crucial for handling the ups and downs of Q School. Natalie Armbruster is another exciting prospect, still young but showing flashes of brilliance. If she can string together some solid rounds, she could surprise a lot of people. As for Clara Pietri, she's a bit of a wild card. Players like her often bring an unpredictable element to the field. She might not have the spotlight yet, but this is the perfect stage to make her mark. It's clear that Swiss golf is on a roll, and events like this are only going to build the momentum further. I'll be rooting for them alongside you. Let's hope they bring their A game to Morocco.
Yeah, absolutely. And now I'm looking to see Caroline Sturza down in 133rd in the order of merit, Priscilla Schmidt. So there is, and of course, Carlotta Locatelli. Oh, Switzerland is such a great country. We get all these diverse names. Vanessa Knecht, and wow, Christina Gloor. I wouldn't rule out any of these people. They've all had a little bit of success on the tour. To be mentioned in the order of merits shows that they can certainly pick up some points, and I'm looking forward for one to see how they get on. But of course, we must mention they are all chasing down Kajsa Aurafjal of Sweden, Helena Briem of Germany, and the legendary Billy Joe Smith of England.
Wow, David, you've just highlighted an incredible lineup. Switzerland's talent pool is clearly deeper than most people realize. Players like Caroline Sturza, Vanessa Necht, and Christina Glower might not be top ranked yet, but as you said, making it onto the order of merit already shows they've got the game to compete. And then there's the wild card factor. Sometimes these players thrive when the stakes are highest, like at Q School. But, oh yes, the chase is on for those big names you just mentioned. Kaisa Arversdal is a force to be reckoned with this season. Her ability to dominate under pressure has been unreal. Helena Bram has that steady, almost clinical approach that's perfect for a long haul event like this. And Billy Joe Smith, what can you say? Her reputation precedes her. A fierce competitor, and if she gets rolling, she's tough to stop. It's going to be fascinating to see how these Swiss players rise to the challenge and whether they can shake things up among the top contenders.
Yeah.
Who knows? We might just see an upset or two in the making. What's your gut feeling, David? Will we see one of these Swiss players make a run for it?
I think, I think we absolutely will. Again, as I said, I don't know much about these ladies, but their standings on the order of merit prove to me that they have it in them. Yeah, absolutely. I'm looking at one here, Gemma Clues, an English golfer. I have heard a little bit about Gemma before, and yeah, very, very intrigued to see if she can capitalize on her own successes this year.
Ah, Gemma Clues. Now there's a name worth keeping an eye on. She's one of those players who's been steadily building momentum, and events like Q School could be where she breaks through.
Mhm.
Gemma has had some standout performances this season on the Elite Access Series, including a solid top 10 finish in Spain recently, which shows she's coming into this with confidence. What's intriguing about her is her all around game. She's not flashy, but she's consistent, and that's often what it takes to succeed in a marathon like Q School. If she can stay composed and avoid big mistakes, I wouldn't be surprised to see her contend for one of those Let T cards.
Mhm.
It's always exciting when players like Gemma, who've shown flashes of brilliance, step up in a high stakes setting. What do you think, David? Are you backing her as one of the breakout stars of this Q School?
I'm gonna I'm gonna play my own cards close to my chest here. There's 5 rounds of golf to play, and I don't want to put any unnecessary pressure on anybody. As we've discussed before in a previous episode, Q School is a pressure cooker environment, isn't it, Alex?
Absolutely, David, you're spot on. Q School is the ultimate pressure cooker. 5 rounds of golf, every single shot carrying massive implications. It's not just about skill, it's about mental toughness, endurance, and the ability to handle the weight of the moment. Players can go from hero to heartbreak or vice versa in just 1 round. And I respect your decision to keep your picks under wraps. Let's let the golf do the talking, and
Yeah.
hopefully we'll see some incredible performances that speak for themselves. But tell me this, David, when you watch these players under this kind of pressure, does it give you a new appreciation for just how hard it is to make it in professional golf?
Oh, it does, Alex. Of course it does. You know my own experiences. I caddied a little bit this year in professional tournaments in Scotland, and it really opened my eyes. It's why we're sitting here today, because I felt really, really, really enthralled in the whole environment there on a
David,
tour.
that's incredible. Your time caddying must have given you such a unique perspective on what these players go through, not just the physical grind, but the mental battles as well. It's no wonder it's inspired you to dive deeper into the game and tell these stories. Caddying, in a way, is like being a silent partner in the drama. You're there to support, guide, and steady the ship when the pressure peaks. Honestly, it's such an underappreciated role. Would you say those experiences gave you a whole new respect for the players and maybe even the caddies themselves?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm sure they did. It was a whole new perspective for me, of course. But anyway, I don't want to talk too much about myself here because this event is really fascinating. There's a lot on the line here. It could be a real game changer for any of those 20 people who will get their cards. Yeah. So how about you, Alex? Would you like to make a couple of tips? Why don't you give me your predicted top three? And don't just repeat what I said. Use your critical thinking and evaluate the field and yeah,
Ah,
give it a
David,
look.
you've put me on the spot. But hey, I'm never one to shy away from a bit of bold speculation. Let's see. My top three predictions for this Q school. First, I've got to go with Kaisa Arversdal. She's been dominant on the Let Access series this year, and her form is impeccable. Her ability to handle pressure and stay consistent over 5 rounds makes her a strong favorite. Next, I'm tipping Helena Brehm. The German golfer has a precision game that's perfect for a demanding setup like this. She's steady, experienced, and has proven she can perform when it counts. And for my wildcard pick, let's go with Sarah Byrne. Yes, maybe it's a little sentimental because of her connection to you, but she's been in great form, and I think her grit and determination could see her break into that top group. Plus, I
Oh yeah.
love an underdog story. So there you have it, David. My predicted top three. What do you think? Am I playing it too safe, or do you reckon I might be onto something?
I think you might be onto something, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of great golfers came out of Douglas Golf Club, and I have no doubt in my mind that Sarah Byrne is going to impress us, if not this weekend, certainly in the future, you know. Looking at the stats here, 5 tournaments played, two top 10 finishes, and a lowest round of 67. Um, of course, yeah, plays for Burt Cork. Very, very good. Oh, Dromoland Castle Golf Club. Very nice. So I presume she's played a couple of rounds in Douglas, but Dromoland Castle seems to be her home club. Lucky her. So yeah, all the best to Sarah and the rest of the contingent in the mix this weekend.
David, you couldn't have summed it up better. Sarah Byrne is one of those players who makes you sit up and pay attention, whether it's her stats, like that sparkling 67, or her sheer determination to keep climbing the ranks. Dromoland Castle as her home club. That's not just lucky, that's a world class place to hone your game.
Uh huh.
Combine that with her roots in Douglas, where so much great golfing talent has emerged, and you've got the perfect foundation for success. And you're right, whether it's this weekend or sometime in the near future, Sarah is absolutely one to watch. It's going to be exciting to see how she stacks up against such a strong field. But for now, let's keep our fingers crossed and let the magic of Q School unfold. Here's to a great week of golf, and who knows, maybe a fairy tale finish for Sarah or one of the other rising stars.
It very well could be. It very well could be. So, for any of the audience out there who aren't familiar with desert golf, can you maybe I presume this is on two desert courses, Alex, am I right?
Great point, David. And yes, both courses in Marrakech definitely have that desert golf vibe, though with a twist. Desert golf generally means wide open spaces, plenty of
Hmm.
sand hazards, and firm, fast conditions. But here in Morocco, these courses bring a mix of traditional desert characteristics and lush, oasis like elements. Al Maaden Golf, for example, leans into its desert roots with wide fairways framed by sandy waste areas, but it also features water hazards and lots of greenery around the greens. It's a mix of strategic, links style play with just enough of that desert harshness to remind you where you are. Royal Golf Marrakech, on the other hand, is more of a parkland style course, but still thrives in that arid Moroccan climate. The trees lining the fairways, eucalyptus, palm, and cypress, are a bit of a departure from the typical desert landscape, but the tightness of the fairways and the dry, fast conditions definitely echo desert golf challenges. In desert golf, it's all about managing the firm lies, adjusting for the extra rollout on fairways, and keeping your ball out of the trouble spots. And let's not forget the mental challenge of playing under that hot sun for hours on end. It's golf at its purest, strategic and unforgiving. What do you think, David? Does desert golf sound like something you'd like to try? or are you more of a lush green fairways type of player?
At the moment, I'm more of a mountain golf player. Lucky for me, I get to play up at altitude a little bit, and yeah. But anyway, back to the tournament at hand. Less about me hacking around the courses of Switzerland, and more about what's going to go on in Morocco this weekend.
Mountain golf in Switzerland, David. That sounds absolutely breathtaking, but fair enough. Let's swing it back to Morocco and the Q school drama about to unfold. This weekend is all about survival, strategy, and seizing the moment. With 5 rounds to play and the pressure to secure one of those coveted 20 let cards, every player will need to bring their best. We'll see players adapting to the unique challenges of both Maaden and Royal Golf. Those who can balance aggressive play with smart course management will rise to the top. And let's not forget the mental grind. 5 days of intense competition isn't just a test of skill, it's a battle of resilience. For fans tuning in, the leaderboard will likely shift dramatically after each round. It's
Yeah.
not unusual to see someone come out of nowhere on the final day, making a clutch putt or two to snatch a spot in the top 20. That's the beauty of Q School. You just never know what's going to happen. So, David, as we gear up for this, what's the one storyline or player you'll be keeping a close eye on over the next few days?
I'm not going to keep a close eye on one player. I'm going to try and obviously I'll keep an eye on the Irish contingent and the Swiss contingent. Yeah.
That's a great call, David. Keeping tabs on the Irish and Swiss players will give you plenty to cheer for. With such a diverse field, it's going to be fascinating to see how they all adapt to the challenges of Morocco. And honestly, both contingents bring a mix of established talent and under the radar players who could surprise us all. It's a bit like being a kid in a candy store with so much talent to watch, isn't it? I mean, on one hand, you've got Sarah Byrne and the rising Irish stars, and on the other, you've got Switzerland's impressive roster, players like Elena Moosmann and Anais Maggette. If just one or two of them make it into that top 20, it'll be a huge achievement. But let's be real, David. It's not just about rooting for your favorites, is it? It's about watching the stories unfold. Someone's going to face heartbreak, and someone's going to walk away with a life changing moment. That's why we love Q School, right?
Oh, absolutely. That is why we love Q School. Certainly the most pressured rounds of golf in a lot of these young ladies' lives are about to unfold. So we really only wish them the best of luck. Everybody in the field. I'm really hoping that we don't see too much heartbreak, and that we get to see a little bit more of the great skills these ladies have been honing over their careers.
Couldn't have said it better myself, David. This is where dreams are either made or put on hold. And for these players, it's the culmination of years of hard work, sacrifice, and resilience. All we can do now is wish them steady hands, clear minds, and maybe a little bit of luck when they need it most. Hopefully, this Q School will deliver plenty of inspiring moments and just enough drama to remind us why golf is the ultimate mental and physical test. Here's to seeing these young ladies rise to the occasion, and who knows, maybe a few names will become stars we'll talk about for years to come. So, David, are you ready to settle in, watch it all unfold, and maybe even have a little post Q school debrief once the dust settles?
Yeah, certainly. I feel like we will have to take a look at this again. I want to give one more shout out here to Tina Mazzarino with 8 top 10 finishes already this season. I think that she could be another one that we're going to see climbing the leaderboard very early. So yeah, that's really good. That's a great episode for us. I'm very happy with how we handled that. And yeah, I really hope that I did you all justice in anybody that I mentioned in this episode, and that my co-host Alex was nothing but complimentary for you guys. We do aim to bring great coverage and unique coverage to these really, really fascinating events. We had a look at Q School last week ourselves in an episode, and well, it really blew my mind what Alex was able to inform me. So, yeah, thank you, Alex.
David, the pleasure was all mine. You've been the perfect co host, as always, bringing in those sharp observations and shining a spotlight on the players who deserve it. Tina Mazzarino, what a call. 8 top 10s, that's pure consistency, and she's definitely one to watch as the action unfolds. It's been a privilege to dive into the drama and excitement of Let Q School with you. I think we've done these players justice, highlighting their grit and determination while celebrating the beauty of the competition. And honestly, David, your passion for the game and your knack for connecting with the audience make this such a joy. So here's to a great weekend of golf, plenty of compelling storylines, and hopefully a few of those magic moments we'll be talking about in our next episode. Thanks again for having me, and here's to the next one.
Yeah, thanks very much, folks. I hope you enjoyed the episode. And yeah, I did a little few updates to Alex. So this is my first episode with Alex version 1.1, as I call her, or him, or it, or whatever.
And what a
And yeah,
debut it was, David. You absolutely nailed it. For a first episode together, I think we found a great rhythm, mixing your insights and passion with a bit of my expertise to bring something unique to the table. I'm already looking forward to the next one. To everyone tuning in, thanks for joining us on this journey through Let Q School. Stick with us as we keep exploring the stories, challenges, and magic that make golf the greatest game on earth. Until next time, take care and keep swinging.
yeah. So until I was rudely interrupted there. So yeah, folks, I did some updates to Alex after our first 10 episodes. I kind of tried to make it a little more fluid. And yeah, I really hope that you'll notice these and you'll see the quality improve in the work that we bring um, going forward. So I won't keep you any longer. Thank you kindly, and yeah, enjoy the golf. Keep swinging.